I will call this Seneca County Commissioners meeting to order for Thursday, October 7th, 2021. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Prayer this morning, gentlemen? You
Sure.
feel like it. Go ahead, Tyler. Yes.
Thanks. Please pray with me. Dear Lord, please help give us your guidance and your wisdom here as we go to discuss county business, finances, property, and the well-being of our employees. Please help us to do your will. Please show us the light and to help us to do the best that we can for the people that we serve here in our community. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Nice job. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Kirschner,
Here.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Here.
Commissioner Schuff.
Here.
Okay, now accept the motion to approve the digital audio video recording from our last board session, which was last Thursday,
So
October
moved.
30th. Thank you.
Second.
Roll call, please, Kyle.
Commissioner Schuff,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. So the first thing we need to do is remind people that we will be in session again this evening at 7 o'clock at NCOESC. The public is invited. The topic is emergency medical services countywide. All the ambulance districts are certainly welcome. All the township trustees we would encourage to come. The meeting will consist mainly of a PowerPoint presentation from our emergency medical director, Ken, and we hope that as many people as possible can show up to that. So, we begin with the county administrator's report.
Sure. Just wanted to go over a couple of dates with you just to make sure I have everything right. Reminder that our office is closed on Monday. It's Columbus Day. I've got 3 departments scheduled for budget hearings on the 21st. And that's all I have so far for budget hearings.
We have none scheduled for the 14th.
Not yet.
Okay.
I've asked anybody if they are coming in either on the 14th or the 21st to make sure they get the budgets to me by the Monday. So it gives you guys a few days to look at it before they come in, or at least have it inputted into VIP so I could bring it up and show it to you guys.
Okay.
So that's probably why I'm getting some, not many biting on the 14th.
From Monday the 18th, is that what you're saying?
Oh, 14th and the 21st.
Right, but before that, you're waiting for them to get their budgets in ahead of time, so we can...
On a Monday.
That would be the 18th.
Yeah, so if they scheduled for the 14th, I'd like them to get it to us on the 11th, or at least have it inputted in
I
the
see.
system. So
On
it
the
gives
Monday
you,
before.
yep, so it gives you a chance to look at them before they come in.
Thank you.
So, and then on the 28th, we were talking about whether we were gonna do that, a meeting or a budget hearing that day, because there was a public hearing for GLCAP. The public hearing for GLCAP is not our hearing, it's theirs. It's for the Coordinated Public and Human Services Transportation Plan.
So just to be clear, you could have a public hearing here for them, and we don't need to be here for
Right,
that.
yes, it's their public hearing that they have to have for this plan.
Okay.
But they just need to have it at a public place, so they decided to do it at our office. So,
So I'm showing we're not meeting that.
Yeah.
That's what I had
Right.
too.
Okay.
So I'm good
Yep.
with not meeting, no budget hearings or anything.
okay, and I think that's was the only thing that was holding it up, is figuring out if I needed to have you guys here for that.
No.
Now, they would like if you're available to attend, but
Right,
it's
so
not
that-
our
Or they're
hearing.
welcome to come in, on the 4th, if they wish.
I think they've already got it advertised.
Okay.
Now, if the 21st, if we need another day for budget hearings, is that possible? Or is that our...
We have right now the 14th, 21st, and the 4th.
Just as a reminder, on the 21st, since we're on schedules, we're going to meet on the 21st at noon,
Yep, I was gonna,
and then do budget hearings from 1 to 3. So we will not be meeting here at 10 that Thursday.
yes.
Well, the 3 of us are going to be in high schools talking about some careers and those kind of things in the morning, so.
Yep, so the 21st is at noon,
Okay, budget hearing, it's.
at 1, yep. And there was a date in,
So I have that we would approve a budget on the 18th.
yes,
Is that still,
that's my goal. But we
Okay.
scheduled one for the 23rd, because Thanksgiving is on a Thursday, and obviously we're not gonna meet on Thanksgiving Day, so we've got,
that's a full board meeting?
yep. So the 18th was what I originally had set for our budgets to be passed.
October 18th.
Yeah, or November. But we did schedule a meeting for the 23rd.
And just while we're on the schedule, so we will not be meeting on the 11th, Veterans Day, and we'll be closed at 12.
Right.
Correct. And we decided we did not, we were
Right.
just gonna cancel the meeting because it's a holiday. We were not gonna move it to Tuesday. Is that
Okay,
correct?
So we have a full board meeting on the 4th at 10, a budget hearing at 1.
That's correct.
We're close.
Back on the 18th, full board,
Yep,
With the big
Hopefully
topic there will be the budget.
the budget.
Budget meeting at 1 o'clock.
Tuesday, the 23rd, full board,
okay.
right?
I think we're all on the same
Yes,
page.
Tuesday, 23rd,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Now I'll give you an update. I think that was all on calendar.
Now, since we got the calendars out, we might as well talk about the reorganizational meeting.
Oh, yeah,
That has to be before the second Monday of the year. Okay,
I
so,
think we originally talked about the 6th.
yeah, I think that's right, the 6th of
January.
January. But we could do it the 6th or the 13th, whatever your pleasure is. I mean, we could do it, as long as we do it before the 13th, that's my point.
Well, before the 10th. It said second Monday.
Seems like we're always getting organized around here.
Oh, I'm in December.
That's the
I'm in
full-
December.
Okay.
Okay, so have to do it before the 10th.
Yep,
So 6th it is. Or-
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
it
that
has to be the
works.
6th, right? Unless we have a special meeting.
yep. Unless you wanna wait until the 10th to do
Okay.
it.
What's the 10th? What day?
Monday.
Okay, then we would have a special meeting for that. Is that?
No, we don't. We can do it on the 6th, as long as we do
Yeah.
it prior to the second Monday.
Oh, I see. So we start the second Monday
Yeah.
with whatever the officers
We can do it
are.
right.
Okay, okay, I got
Okay.
it. Thanks.
All right.
Tyler, you're gonna learn, you know, as you go through this first round of reorganization.
We'll get it done.
Yeah,
So we're setting in for the 10th then? Or 6th?
6th.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give you.
No, we're not.
Are we done with the
We're
calendar?
scheduling the reorganization for the 6th.
That's what you said, right?
Right. I
Yes.
thought Tyler just said the 10th.
Yeah.
It has to be done by the 10th.
It has to be done by the 10th.
Double check.
Okay, so that's clear as mud.
We're good. So far, so good.
Kylie will make up the days that we talked about, whether they're right or not. We'll
Yes.
set, it'll set.
Tell me where I need to
Kylie
be.
says, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, that's how it is. Thanks.
I think that's all what I already had, so.
Yeah, we just weren't sure if we were having one on
Yes.
Tuesday. the
If
week
things
of.
mess up, it's your fault, Kylie. Make that clear right now.
Okay.
Okay, so what
Okay.
else you got?
Yep, I want to give you an update on our expenses and our revenue. Revenue so far for the year, we are at $15,418,071.
That's through September.
That's through September, yes. And the month-to-date revenue for September was 1.8 million. And
Good month, Brad.
expense report for September, expense year-to-date is $14,228,138.54. The month-to-date expenses were 1.5. So I
Did you
think
divide by
our,
9, multiplying by 3 yet?
We're, we're at 19 million.
Yeah. Okay, I just make.
yeah, we're at
I
85%
love sitting next to
collected.
the former CEO of a bank.
We're 85% collected
He
at
does this.
75% of the year.
Yeah,
Okay.
He whips this out.
and that's all I have.
All right, thank you very
That's good.
much.
So that's good news, right?
Yes.
Yeah, positive.
I'll lead off because on the commissioners' reports, because these guys all personally went to the same meetings, but I'll get to say it first. So, Mental health and recovery, the day after our meeting Thursday, when was that? It was Monday, I think.
Thursday, we went Friday.
Yeah, Friday we went over to Portland and congratulated Ottawa County in joining the mental health district. So it's now Seneca, Sandusky, Ottawa, and Wyandotte, who are all part of the mental health district. Just to make it clear, because one of the things that the biggest question was, whatever amount of levy money comes into a specific county is spent in that county. It's not all commingled and spent over the four. So if anybody had any concerns, and there were some questions, but I think there's a lot of power in 4 counties out of the 88 as being one mental health district and recovery board. So we had a lot of state dignitaries there, right, who are interested in what's going on, state reps and state senators, etc. So that's a good thing. The next day I met with Senator Reineke talking about some capital budget items for the county, so we had a long discussion there. I spoke at the Industrial Management Council meeting on Tuesday and had a great group of folks at that meeting, guys and ladies that are running industry in Tiffin and Seneca County. Left there and went to the NBS Joint Ambulance meeting over in Murigal. And we had, Ken Majors had answered some questions they had about the possibility of combining all the districts across the county. And we wanted to be there to make sure that if they had any questions about that or needed any clarification, that we give it to them. Great meeting. Again, I can't thank the volunteers enough. Virtually everyone in that room was a volunteer. So thank them for that. Yesterday we were at the solid waste meeting. These guys can tell you about the tour, but we had a meeting over at the Career Center in Fostoria, which is a great facility. Last night, regional planning meeting, and this morning I was on the radio. So that was my week.
A good week.
Tyler, I'll let you take over.
Yeah, thank you, President Kirshner. As Mike said, we had an OSS meeting yesterday, well attended. That was with the commissioners from Sandusky and Ottawa. It was also nice too, because we got some updates here from Gary Beatty. We also got to take a tour of the landfill, so it was nice to get some visuals there and get a little education as far as like some of the gas release and just some of the improvements that they're making out there. So that was very informative and educational. So it's nice to kind of get in the trenches and kind of see what's going on firsthand. Had a downtown development committee meeting this morning. That was down at the new TSEP office here across from the courthouse. Productive meeting there. There's a downtown cleanup for Tiffin this coming Saturday at 9:00 a.m. at Cherry Alley. So if you don't have anything to do this weekend, want to volunteer and help clean up the city a little bit, love to have you.
Cherry Alley is?
Cherry Alley is the alley right across from the Ritz Theater. So BYOB, bring your own broom. Just kidding, we'll probably have them there, I think. Yesterday also, I got to ride with our Echo unit, so I went out to the fairgrounds, got a tour of our facilities, our equipment, our ambulances and all that. So I got to go out there for a few hours, got to go on a ride actually. Within my first 10 or 15 minutes of being there, we actually got a call, so we headed out to Bloomville, but the guys out there responded in such a timely manner that before we even got out to the sheriff's office, they were on it. So glad to hear that, but it's nice to kind of get some visuals there and meet
Was
with
it
Ken.
the full-time guys on in Bloomville at that point?
It was the volunteers. It was,
Marty.
yeah, it'll come to me. I'll
Okay.
get into that later, but just also too, I want to congratulate Zach Perkins on opening his new business, Tiffin Talent. I think that's a service that'd be well needed here. He kind of tries to help people match up their strengths with different career paths. With everybody in the county literally hiring right now, hopefully he can start filling some of those gaps or voids. So congrats to Zach and his new consulting or Tiffin Talent business here. Today we have a ribbon cutting at 5 Star Maintenance. That's at 5 o'clock at their facility. And then the EMS meeting tonight at 7, but been a busy, productive week. So
There's actually kind of a business after hours there too, right? So County Road 1,
Yeah, so they're doing their normal ribbon cutting like they do, but then it's also a social event for the chamber and all their ambassadors and members at the same location there at 5 Star for networking. And,
Down by Burger King there, I think. That
No,
road over.
up by the airport.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. they're
County
out
Road
there.
1 is where all those-
I know
yeah.
exactly where they're at. Yeah, they moved. Okay.
Yeah, don't go to the wrong place. Yesterday, I went to the M&B asphalt trailer instead of the dump trailer, the landfill trailer.
You were
Waited
at the
there,
landfill, you were
wondered
at
where
the
you
wrong
guys
address.
were, yeah.
That was good.
You know how important you are when you know you get a tour of the landfill. That's right up there, right?
I enjoyed it. So,
Anthony,
yeah, I'll just add one thing. This morning, and one of the reasons I walked in 5 minutes before the meeting, we were out at the engineer's office, and we had the OPWC meeting, Ohio Public Works Commission. This is our issue 1 money. We received applications of about 1.4 million for grants and about 350,000 in loans. We think we're going to have around 800, 850 of dollars available, along with a couple $100,000 in loans. So we had to score all the projects. We send them off to Mansfield, and we meet early December to find out who's awarded money. So we received application from the townships. Charlene was out there, the mayor and Matt Watson from the city of Tiffin, L Street Bridge. Green Springs was there. Village of Bettsville, the mayor and their engineer came, sewer project. Green Springs sewer generator project. Mayor Keckler was there, City of Fostoria had this is round 4 of their expansion out into the old industrial park where Ropey Rubber now is, water sewer, this is up for roads. And then the county engineer had a project for County Road 24, which we pave next year. So really enjoy that meeting every year. We get to hear presentations, we score them. Engineer Zimmerman leads that, and then we submit them. So that was today. Yeah, looking forward to the EMS meeting tonight. I'm glad you went to New Riggle. I think that's great for you and them, and we're trying to move things forward with our message. So looking forward to another meeting tonight. So, thanks. That's all I have.
okay, under old business, the Justice Center grounds. There was a committee formed. The request was that a statue of Martin Luther King be placed on the Justice Center property. The committee met 3 or 4 times. We appointed a chairman that consisted of both mayors, a commissioner, and a couple of private citizens. The conclusion was that the Justice Center grounds would be reserved for, if any statues are ever put there, for someone who actually resided in Tiffin and/or Seneca County and had a significant historical contribution to the community. We certainly encourage a statue of Dr. King to be placed someplace in Tippin, whether that be on one of the college campuses or, near one of the churches. We admire him, and but the problem with the situation is that if we start using national figures, we're not sure where that ends, and what that process would have to be. As everyone knows, we have William Harvey Gibson on the property, who is and has kind of addressed that part of history of our country as it relates to his involvement in the Civil War. And we do think that we've kind of addressed that with that. For those that don't know, that statue was actually partially funded by the soldiers that he led during the Civil War. So that's the conclusion. That's where we're at with that question at this point. But I'm happy to, there may be some folks on the line that would like to address it again, and I want to give them their voice if they would like to do that. Jimmy?
Yep, I'm going to allow them to unmute themselves, so if anybody would want to come forward, you can go ahead and do that now if you'd like to comment on this issue.
Typically we would do this at the end, but I think since we're on the topic, let anybody that has a comment certainly can do that at this point. Okay, hearing none, we'll go on to, unless you gentlemen have any other old business that you want to address? Okay, we will go on to new business, Stace.
Okay. My screen up here. Okay, I have a request from the sheriff's office for additional $6,000 in his concealed carry fund, 1047 fund, supplies to cover shotgun supplies and repay shelving to road equipment. I have a request from Victims Assistance, putting $4,061.83 into her transfers outline. This will be needed for the transfer from her 2138 fund to her 2110 Victims of Crime funds. And I have an additional request from Victims Assistance. This is putting $50,000 into her transfers outline. Again, for the new grant year, cash needed to cover expenses for October 1st through 2021 through September 20th, 2022 grant year, which at the end of the year she'll have to close those and reopen them. And then I have a supplemental appropriation request from Victims Assistance, needing $950 into her leases line, and it says for the new grant year. And I think that's all of those. And I have resolution authorizing a fund transfer to be made to the VOCA Grant Fund number 2110. This is the transfer of the $50,000 from her 2158 expansion fund to her VOCA Grant Fund. Resolution authorizing fund transfer be made to her VOCA Grant Fund for $4,061.83, and that's from her 2138 court costs and miscellaneous to her VOCA grant. I have a resolution establishing the Justice Reinvestment and Incentive Grant Fund 1421. This goes along with the request that the judge came in to talk about last week.
That's to fund the probation officers.
That is the Justice Reinvestment and Incentive Grant Fund. I think he's got another one in here for the probation.
Okay.
There, yeah. And I have a resolution establishing the Mental Health and Recovery Services Grant Fund, the 1422. Establishing the Probation Funding Grant, 1423.
Okay.
And then establishing the Ohio Mental Health and Addiction Services, the CMHAS Grant Fund. I don't know what those acronyms mean. Yeah, and these are all at the request of Common Pleas Court. And then I do have one left, is we were submitted a annexation request. I assume that's what you're here for, the annexation? No? Okay, he might be online. Let's see, find his email.
This one you have. Station.
This is for petition for the annexation for the city of Tiffin for parcel of land being .357 acres located at 880 South Bon Air Avenue, Tiffin, Hopewell Township. This is behind Dunkin' Donuts. And they have submitted all the required paperwork along with the map. I think they were gonna be online in case there was any question. Again, this is...
Excuse me, this is Paul Rubenstein.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I was, I didn't realize that we were on this portion of the agenda, so.
Yep, sorry, Paul.
I'm here representing the Dunkin' franchisee.
So they have submitted all of the required documentation along with their fee for the annexation. And, according to our annexation agreement, this is to be presented at the very next board meeting. And this is that meeting. We can ask any questions, but according to our agreement, we have to approve it.
Okay, and this is the same terms that the townships have agreed to follow?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And I think I got an email from Brett Howard confirming that David Zach has specifically talked to Hopewell Township to make sure they knew, because I think there's no requirement that they are notified, but the city
Yeah.
has agreed to make sure that they would be notified, and
That's good.
He
It's
had-
kind of that Clinton Township
yep,
scenario.
yep,
So I think hats off to the city then for doing that.
yep.
That's good.
So I didn't know if you had any other questions or if we were just good with that. That's all I have.
Yep.
Okay. Anybody need to take any individual items for further discussion?
I make a motion that we approve the new business presented by our administrator.
Okay.
Second?
All right. No other discussion? Kylie?
Commissioner Shaw,
Yes.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Kirschner.
Yes. Well, that is a pretty efficient meeting there today, guys. So we are now, it's a pleasure. We are now opening it up to public comment. Anyone who has any items that they would like to bring forth. We'll start with our consistent contributor, Audrey Flood. Anything you might have to say today?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of announcements since last week. We had a couple of facade grants approved with Amy's facade program yesterday was one announcement we put out. One of the big things I wanted to mention is we have the Tiffin Seneca Entrepreneurial Opportunity Clearinghouse, which is that new platform that we're using to connect people that want to start businesses, people who have capital who can invest in a business, purchasing a business for someone who's retiring and wants to have that legacy planning. We put out a really exciting opportunity this week for the first time with Apex Target Systems, which is a local Tiffin entrepreneur who has developed this technology for this firearms training platform, which is very unique. It's patented. The equipment is patented, and then there's also an app and software that goes with it. It's a very unique idea, different than any of the competition that's out there. Definitely has a huge potential in the military, law enforcement, training kind of market, and just needs a little bit of additional capital to get over that finish line. So this is the first one of the posts that we've used this platform for this type of opportunity. So we're really hoping to get good response here. So I want to make sure everyone's aware. So